أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي، بمحمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, no sooner does a Muslim servant advise his own self for the sake of Allah and give the rights due from himself and take the rights due to him, then he is given two features: sustenance from Allah, which he will be satisfied with, and satisfaction with Allah that will save him. قال الإمام الصادق سلام الله عليه: ما ناصح الله عبد مسلم في نفسه، ما ناصح الله عبد مسلم أو عبد مسلم في نفسه فأعطى الحق منها وأخذ الحق لها إلا أعطي خصلتين رزقا من الله عز وجل يقنع بها، ورضا عن الله ينجيه. With transaction of Islamic codes, we reach to Zakat al-Fitr, issue number 1999. At the time of sunset on Eid al-Fitr night, the night preceding Eid day, whoever is adult and sane and is neither unconscious nor poor nor the slave of another, he should give on his own behalf, as well as on behalf of all those who are his dependents. About 3 kilos per head of wheat or barley or dates or raisins or rice or millet, etc. The day or the night of Eid, al-Fitr, that each adult, whether male or female, and we mentioned the adult before, how the female or the girl become adult when the boy becomes adult. In this time, if this adult is sane and he is conscious and he is not poor, he is not slave, he should give what? On behalf of his own self, and to give what? To give 3 kilos of rice or wheat or barley or barley or millet, dates, to give on behalf on himself. Not only that, but also if he has his independence, like his kids, his wife, his mother, his father. In this case, he should give them what? He should give instead on behalf of them, for each one 3 kilos. 3 kilos. Issue number 2000. It is also sufficient if he pays the price of one of these items in cash. He said, I'm not going to give the 3 kilos of dates, but I'm going to give the price of that date. How much each kilo? For example, each kilo 1,500 IQDs. So I'm going to give 4,500 IQDs instead of 3 kilos. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As per obligatory precaution, he should not give from that food which is not stable in his place, even if it be wheat, barley, dates, or raisins. For example, in this country, let's take Pakistan. In Pakistan, they do not eat rice. For example, they do not eat rice. They eat what? Adas. I don't know what we call adas. Lentil. Okay. They eat lentil. That is their main food. So to give 3 kilos of rice, it is not suitable. It is not suitable. So you have to give 3 kilos of what? Of lentil. You understand that? Issue number 2001. If a person is not in a position to meet his own expenses, that what we say, he is faqir, he is a poor, as well as those of his family for a period of 1 year, and has also no one who can meet these expenses, then he is a poor person. Then he is a poor person, and it is not obligatory on him to pay zakat al-fitra. Sorry to say that it is, look, zakat al-fitra, it is not that much money, but some of the people, when it's time to pay zakat al-fitra, they pretend to be poor people. They are able to pay this amount, but when it is time to pay zakat al-fitra, they said that we are what? That we are poor people. We cannot pay. Yes, we cannot pay money. Why? Because we are poor. I don't know why. It is an obligatory thing. We have to pay it in order to let our fast in order. If we do not pay zakat al-fitra, our fast is what? Is void. Is void. So why you do that? If you are really in such a condition that you cannot meet your expenses in a year, so you are a poor person. You do not, it is not obligatory on you to pay the zakat al-fitra. But if you are not, you should pay zakat al-fitra. Anyhow, one should pay fitra on behalf, that's issue number 2002. One should pay fitra on behalf of all those persons who are treated as his dependents at his house on the nightfall of Eid al-Fitr, whether they be young or old, Muslims or non-Muslims. Look, if he is independent or he has some people that they are dependents, his dependents, whether they are young or old, Muslims or non-Muslims, irrespective of whether or not it is obligatory on him to maintain them, even if it is not obligatory on them to maintain them, and whether they are in his house, is in his own town or in some other town, it is obligatory on him to pay what? To pay their zakat al-fitra, since they are his dependents. He has to pay what? He has to pay zakat al-fitra for them, whether they are old or they are young, whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims, even if they are in his hometown or in another town. Issue number 2003. If a person appoints his dependent who is in another town to pay his own fitrah from his property and is satisfied that he will pay the fitrah, it will not be necessary for the person to pay that dependent's fitrah. Yes, look, this person that he appoints his dependent who is in another town to pay his own fitrah. I am going to pay the fitrah of مثلا, for example, my son, and my son is in another city. I will pay him what? I will pay the fitrah instead of him because he is my dependent. It is necessary for him to pay zakat al-fitra? No, it is not necessary for him to pay zakat al-fitra because I already am going to pay zakat al-fitra for him. Issue number 2004. It is obligatory to pay the fitra of a guest who arrives at his house before sunset on Eid al-Fitr night with his consent, and he becomes his temporary dependent. You are sitting in your house, bi aman Allah, with the safe of Allah, secure of Allah, and there are too many people, they came to visit your house in that night of Al-Fitr, Eid al-Fitr. For example, your daughter and her husband and their sons and daughters, your sister, your brother and his family, they came just like that. You are welcome. How many of you? They are, for example, 20 person. Okay, welcome. 20 person I have. They are my temporary dependent. I have to pay zakat al-fitr for them all. Huh? I will leave the house. So, it is obligatory to pay the fitra of a guest who arrives at his house before sunset on Eid al-Fitr night with his consent, and he becomes his temporary dependent. Issue number 2005. The fitra of a guest who arrives at his house on the night of Eid al-Fitr before sunset without his consent and stays with him for some time is also, as per obligatory precaution, wajib upon the host. It is wajib also, even without his consent. It is wajib upon the host. Similarly, that means the host should pay Zakat al-Fitra, if he is forced to maintain someone, his fitra will also be obligatory upon him. That means if I maintain somebody, that means I paid for him his monthly payment, I help him out. That means he is my dependent, so also I have to pay his zakat al-fitra. Yes, sir.
So in a case that we guess that he picked out the fitra and he wants to pay it.
It doesn't matter. We'll have such issue.
So it is not obligatory on me?
No, it's obligatory on you to pay zakat al-fitra if the guest is not paying zakat al-fitra. But if he offers to pay zakat al-fitra, it's okay. It's okay. He can pay. And then it is not obligatory on you to pay zakat al-fitra instead or on behalf of him.
So is it obligatory to ask him on the night of for Eid al-Fitr?
Yeah, ask him. Did you pay zakat al-fitra or not? If he said yes, that means you are not going to pay zakat. If he said no, you have to pay zakat al-fitra.
So another question about the independence. Persons.
Yes.
So is there any condition that the person should stay in the same house, in the same place that I stayed in?
No, this is your guest, should be in your house. We are talking about some other people whom they are your dependents. Those people you paid for them each month. Each month you paid for them. Just like fuqara, and you give them money each month. Here also you have to pay for them. Your son in another town, you have to pay for him if he cannot pay.
So the son, the father, the mother.
Not only them, those people, it is obligatory upon you because you are maintaining their expenses, their expenses each month. No, I'm talking about the strange people, just like the poor people. The poor people whom you maintain their expense each month. You should also pay what? Their zakat al-fitr.
Okay, thank you. What about the father or the son?
We'll talk about this.
Thank you
Yes. Issue number 2006. If a guest arrives after sunset on Eid al-Fitr night and is considered to be dependent upon the master of the house, payment of his fitra is obligatory on the master of the house as an obligatory precaution, but otherwise it is not obligatory even if he may have invited him before sunset and may have broken his fast at his house. You understand this? This person, he came to my house after sunset, not before sunset, after sunset, on Eid al-Fitr night. And he is considered to be what? He is considered to be my dependent. So I am the master of the house. Now, paying zakat al-fitr, it will be whom? It will be my responsibility. It will be my responsibility. I'm the master of the house. Now, as an obligatory precaution, it will be my responsibility. But otherwise, it is not obligatory. It is not obligatory, even if he may have invited him before sunset and may have broken his fast at his house. That means that this person, he comes when? He comes after sunset. And when he break his breakfast before coming right to my house. Huh? He breaks fast before coming. He breaks fast before coming. Look, even if he may have invited him before sunset and may have broken his fast at his house. I invited before sunset, but he breaks his breakfast where? At his house. I have to pay his Zakat al-Fitra. Issue number 2007. If a person is insane at the time of sunset on the night of Eid al-Fitr and his insanity continues till Dhuhr on Eid al-Fitr, this insane before the sunset of the night of Eid al-Fitr, and his insanity continue till afternoon on the day of Eid al-Fitr. It is not obligatory on him, the master of the house, to pay the fitrah because he's insane. Otherwise, that means if he becomes sane through this period, through this duration, it is necessary for him as an obligatory precaution to give fitrah. You understand this? Again, otherwise it is necessary for him as an obligatory precaution to give fitrah. That means if he becomes sane through this duration. Issue number 2008. If a child becomes baligh, adult, or an insane person becomes sane, or a poor person becomes self-sufficient during sunset. Self-sufficient means what? I'm not saying rich, but not poor. Muktafi. During sunset, and satisfies the condition of fitrah, and satisfies the conditions of fitrah, becoming obligatory, of fitrah becoming obligatory on him, he should give fitrah. He should give fitrah. Issue number 2009. If it is not obligatory on a person to pay fitrah at the time of sunset on the night of Eid al-Fitr, but necessary conditions making fitr obligatory on him develop before Dhuhr on Eid day. That means before Dhuhr of Eid day, he becomes what? He becomes self-sufficient. The obligatory precaution is that he should pay fitrah. The obligatory precaution that he should pay fitrah. Issue number 2010. Issue number 2010. If a non-Muslim becomes a Muslim after the sunset on the night of Eid al-Fitr, he is non-Muslim, and he becomes a Muslim after the sunset on the night of Eid al-Fitr, it is not obligatory on him to pay fitrah. It is not obligatory on him to pay fitrah. Why? Because he wasn't fasting. He wasn't fasting. Excuse me. But if a Muslim who was not a Shia becomes a Shi'i after sighting the moon, he should pay fitrah. He should pay fitrah. Hmm? I don't know. It seems to be they are not paying zakat al-fitr.
It is not wajib for them.
Ah.
Some denominations.
Maybe they mentioned it is some kind of donations, not zakat al-fitr, not obligatory on them. Issue number 2011. It is mustahab that a person who affords only one sa', one sa', the sa' about 3 kilos of wheat, etc., should also pay fitra. If it is mustahab that a person who affords only one sa' of wheat, etc., should also pay fitra. And if he has family members and wishes to pay their fitra as well, he can give that one sa' to one of his family members with the intention of fitra. With the intention of fitra. And that member can give it to another family member, and so on till the turn of the last person comes. And it is better that the last person gives what he receives to a person who is not one of them. Who is not one of them. And if one of them is a minor, his guardian can take fitra. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah, hayyakum Allah. And yes, and if one of them is a minor, not adult, not baligh, his guardian can take fitra on his behalf. And the precaution is the thing taken from the minor should not be given to anyone else. That means if this person, he has only one sa', he has only one sa' of barley or wheat, it is recommended that he give this sa' as what? As zakat al-fitra, beside the money. But if he has this only one sa', if he has only this one sa', and he has many members in his family, he is going to hand it, number one, hand it this sa' to his wife to his elder brother, then elder son, then to younger son, then to younger son, last one. Then it is recommended, then after that, he says Tani, his guardian take fitra on his behalf, and the precaution is that the thing taken for the minor should not be given to anyone else. That he is going to take it from whom? From the child, and not to give it to somebody else, but to give it to the poor person. Issue number 2012. If one's child is born after the sunset on the night of Eid al-Fitr, they have a new baby after the sunset of Eid al-Fitr night, it is not obligatory to give its fitra. It is not obligatory to give its fitra. However, the obligatory precaution is that one should pay the fitra of all those who are considered one's dependents after sunset. So this baby who just has given birth after sunset, is it obligatory to give zakat al-fitra for him? No, it is not necessary. It is not obligatory. The obligatory precaution is that one should pay the fitrah of all those who are considered one's dependents after sunset till before the Dhuhr of Eid. Whenever they became his independent or his dependent, in this time he has to pay zakat al-fitra for them. Issue number 213 will come next week inshallah. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum wal